Welcome to the barbell pulling exercises. Let's get our warm-up started. We'll start with a jog in place. We got 1 minute for each of these warm-up activities. So our barbell pulling exercises are going to be focused on this area right here, the upper back, okay? This is an area that needs a lot of help for most of us, has a ton to do with any neck pain you may be having. So if we can get strengthening into this upper back area, neck pain can be reduced, as well as shoulder issues can be helped along as well. So if those are nagging spots for you, upper back is going to be super important to get going better. All right, so the exercises today. We're going to actually have 4 exercises today, so we've got a lot of variety as far as squeezing that into a half-hour workout. It's going to be awesome. Our biggest one, the biggest, baddest one, is the barbell row. It's going to be our main focus today. That's going to be what's our starting exercise as we get things going. Okay, so I'll demonstrate the barbell row in just a minute. Right now we're doing a tap back and reach up. Step back 1 foot and reach up into the air. Okay, so as you guys are doing this piece of the warm-up, I'm going to demonstrate the barbell row really quick, just so you know what we're doing when we get into it. Okay, so we've got our barbell right here. We're going to go with an underhand grip. So I'm going to squat down to grab my bar, grabbing right here. I'm going to stand up with it, keeping the chest out, and then I tip forward and I squeeze that up towards my body, okay? So I'm actually trying to make a connection with my midsection as I pull that bar upwards. Very important as I'm doing that row that I am very, very tipped forward, okay? Really lean into that. Try and get your back as close to parallel with the ground as possible. If you're doing that row way up here, it's actually going to set you back a little bit, especially on our next exercise. You're going to do more of a shrugging type motion if you're up higher, whereas what we want is more of a shoulder blade type of a squeeze. Let's go ahead, kick back and crisscross for our warm-up. All right, so that's the barbell row. Now our second exercise is shrugs. So for this one, we're going to grab our bar same way we were, okay? We're going to stand up with it, up tall. Now on this one I'm pushing my hips back just slightly. That's just to, because I'm a guy, and to make sure that I'm not running into anything. Whew, so I'm squeezing my shoulder blades up on this one, okay? So it's a trap type of a squeeze, like I'm trying to bring this part of my body up higher, okay? So you can see why if I'm doing my row up here and then I stand up and I do this right here, very similar motions. That's why we want to do our row really tipped over, that way we're working a little bit different muscles, okay? So we'll finish off our kickback and crisscross, and we'll get started right into the barbell row. So if you don't have your bar set up for that, go ahead and set that right now. Our timer has started. We are now underway. So I'm going to go ahead and tip forward. Okay, very important here that even when you're picking stuff up and setting it down, you're doing it well and doing it safely. So I'm squatting down. I've got an underhand grip. I'm going to stand up with my bar. Now first thing, set your posture. Keep your chest out. Now I'm going to tip forward, bend at the hips, and I'm squeezing in my upper back to pull this bar towards me. Now this bar by itself weighs 45 pounds, which is not nothing. And you can see I've got a couple extra weights on here to add to it. Okay. All right, I'm going to end there. All right, now something to be careful of as you're going. What I started to feel was I was getting tempted to kind of buck and rock in my hips a little bit to try and get that bar up to my body. Okay, I would rather see you stop sooner or you end your set sooner rather than try to just use the rest of your body to get the bar there. Okay, we're moving on right now. We are into the shrugs. Grab hold, up tall, squeeze it up. Woo. Oh, it's gonna be good. Oh man, it's gonna be good. Oh, all about those shoulder blades. All about that life. Oh, and the traps right now. Oh, the traps. Okay. Oh man. So you want to get to a point where it feels like you're barely moving the bar anymore, and then you can set it down, okay? Some of you are stronger than me, you're still going. Kudos to you. Good work. Whew, but when you get there, when you find that spot where you're not able to go anymore, take a rest break, okay? So we're gonna move into a minute of rest coming up right now. So we are in the rest break. Take a little breather. Ooh, collect yourself. So we're doing 4 sets of this. We're in with set number 1 is done. We're into set number 2 right now. Oh man, I'm feeling good though. I'm feeling good. I'm almost ready for this next set of barbell. I can just feel it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna spin the bar for you. Make sure I've got enough space. Just enough. All right. I'm gonna spin the bar. That way you can see what I look like as a side view, okay? So I'll do that for you. That way you can get a good look at my positioning and posture. How much time we got? 20 seconds still. Plenty of time. All right, now this one should not hurt your lower back. If your lower back is hurting, it means you're probably not deep enough into a squat, so you may need to just squat just a little bit more and try and flex your glutes, okay? I know maybe you did leg day recently and you don't want to think about your legs, but this one does need a little bit of leg work in order to take some pressure off of that lower back, okay? So if you have low back pain, try and use the glutes a little bit more, okay? Stand up with my bar, and I'm gonna stand up all the way, chest out. Okay, now I'm pushing my hips back behind me, and then I hinge and tip forward, okay? Now I row and pull that bar up to my midsection. Okay, so I'm aiming at a spot right about here, okay? Right about there is where I'm trying to get that bar to touch. So my ribs come down here, okay? So I'm making a nice little triangle right there on my body, okay? So working on that row. Okay, it's all about the upper back. It's about the shoulder blades. Okay, it's not about the arms. Okay, don't get carried away in the arm motion of it. Focus on the upper back squeeze. That's what we need. Upper back squeeze. It's not about arms, okay? So it's very easy to get over focus on arms. Make sure you're getting that in the upper back. We're moving on right now. We are into we're into the shrugs. I actually recommend an overhead grip for the shrugs. I don't know if I mentioned that, but try to go overhand on that. Squeeze up. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, now these muscles may already be preheated from the work. Ouch, that we already did. Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna take a quick breather. Oh. All right, so these muscle areas definitely work together already. And then by putting them back to back, we get a lot of extra burn going on. So I already know that tomorrow I'm going to feel my upper back. But I'll tell you what, I want that. That's what I want. I want to feel these muscles. Go ahead, take a breather if you haven't yet. We're into our rest break. Whew. Now, let's talk about muscle soreness. Okay, muscles, as we use them, can get sore if they are used more than normal, okay? And that soreness can be a good indicator. It's not the only indicator, but it can be a good indicator, okay? So as you work your muscle, that soreness often indicates that there are some small little micro tears, okay? And it sounds bad, but it's actually really good, all right? So our body is pretty cool in that it heals stronger than it was, okay? You know this by looking at any scars that you have on your arms or legs, right? You can see that the skin heals differently and looks a little bit different in any spots that have a previous injury, right? Usually it's actually repaired even stronger. The skin in that spot is more resilient than the skin other places, okay? And so you look at, with our muscles, as we're doing these exercises, go ahead, get started. As we're doing these exercises, we are causing these little micro traumas to the muscle. And as we cause these micro traumas, okay, our muscles then need to respond accordingly, okay? And our body notices, hey, we just got rocked. We just did this upper back workout. It was really hard. So you know what? I don't want it to be that hard ever again. I don't want it to rock me like it did that last time. So I'm going to make my muscles a little bit better so the next time this comes up, I'll be ready. Okay, and that's a good way to think about your body. What you're doing now is you're pushing your body to a spot that it's never been to. And when you do that, your body says, whoa, never been here before. I want to make sure that if we ever go here again, I am more prepared, okay? And that's what weightlifting is. That's what strength training is. Always getting to that next level, okay? So if you are not able to advance in your weightlifting, you are going to stagnate in your progress, okay? You always need to be advancing in some way, okay? Either by increasing reps, increasing weight, increasing duration, something. Make something harder, longer, more difficult, okay? Because in doing that, your body will adapt, okay? My traps are shot, okay? Now that's called the SAID principle, S-A-I-D, specific adaptations to imposed demands, the SAID principle, okay? And so our body is going to make improvements and adjustments based on the demands that you put on it. Have we beeped yet? We're about to. Okay, we're into our rest break right now. Whew. Okay, so our body will adapt based on the work that you're doing, okay? So make sure you're pushing that work as best you can. Challenge that. Go even further, all right? And if you do that well, if you do a good job with that, what will happen is your body will keep improving. You will keep growing stronger. Things will continue to fit better. You will find that your muscles look even better than they did, okay? Do that better every day, okay? Even if it's not much better, okay? Even just a little bit, okay? Now, once in a while, you're going to have one of those days where you just need to fake it. You got to fake your way through it. You got to push your way through. You're grumpy. You don't want to be here. That's okay. Do it. At the very least, just do it, okay? But when you have a little bit of energy, when you got a little bit of that mental focus, try to bring a little bit extra as you go, okay? So I'm gearing up here. It's time. Timer has beeped. Time to bring a little bit extra to our last set of the barbell row. Make sure we're squeezing again in that upper back. Shoulder blades is what we're aiming for here, okay? Okay, and we're aiming for midsection as we pull. Now this exercise is very important as far as our upper back goes. Very few exercises can we get this amount of weight to target this area of our body, okay? So if you don't have very much weight to do, let's say you only have like 10 pounds or something to do, it's not going to be able to get the benefit that you need. You might be better off doing a different routine, okay? So this one is better if you can get your weight up a little bit higher, okay? Let's go ahead and go into shrugs. So depending, for you, a good row weight may be closer to 40. That's great. You know, for me, somewhere between 80 and 100 something, that's great, right? It's a good challenge for me personally. So what you need to find is your level. What's the best for you? Whew. Okay, and then shrugs. Whew. Obviously dependent on you, person to person. But a lot of times you can use the same weight you're using on the rows. This is tough. This is tough. Alright, I'm ending that there. Okay, I'm going to start early on unloading my bar. Okay, how much time you got left? You got 15 seconds? Yeah, about 12 seconds now left on this set, okay? We're going to be setting up for our next two exercises, which are the back fly and bicep curls. So I'm just going to take my weights off. Okay, if you haven't paused yet, go ahead and pause. We're in a rest break right now. Let's see, bicep curls, the bar is 45. 55 is going to be pretty hard for me, so I'll put a 5 on each side, okay? You are going to need some of your extra plates, so keep those handy, okay? So we're going to be using our extra plates for the back fly, okay? Now, a lot of people know what bicep curls are, so I'm just going to, I won't demonstrate those. You'll see those pretty quick. What I will demonstrate is our back fly exercise. I'm actually going to grab my plates. Notice that I've got my fingers looped in the middle, and I'm grabbing around the outside with my thumbs. Okay, so I've got a good strong grip on these. Now I'm going to, I'll show you side view here. Okay, chest is out, and I'm going to tip forward, and I'm going to squeeze in my upper back. as I move these plates. Okay, notice I'm making a flying type motion. Okay, here I am, squeezing directly out to the sides. Okay, one thing I'm not doing is, let's see what's the best way for you to see. I'm not squeezing back this way. I'm not squeezing up this way. Okay, find that middle ground. All right, so there's the fly, but we're not doing that yet. We're doing bicep curls first. Let's do it. Bicep curls have started. Whew. All right, so we're up tall. I do recommend for most people have both feet centered, okay, as you go. It's okay if you want to do a staggered stance, but what I noticed for a lot of people is in that staggered stance, you're going to tend to favor one arm. Even on this bicep curl right now, I notice one arm trying to do more work. Okay, so I need myself personally to fight against that to make sure both arms are getting their fair share. So just a touch narrower. There we go. Oh, you probably saw that, right? One arm trying to do a little bit more. Pay attention to your elbow positioning, okay, on this one. Moving to the back fly now. Just a quick note for the bicep curls. Try not to let your elbow positioning move as you do these. Okay, as you're going, don't let your arms sneak in. Keep the elbows in the same spot as you go. All right, back fly now. Okay, we're squeezing in that upper back. Okay, make sure it's nice, even, steady motion. You slow it down on the way back down, and you squeeze it up on the way out. It's a hard one. And you're more than welcome here to grab a couple plates. Like for example, I could grab, maybe a 5 and a 2.5, or I could grab 2 5s or a 5 and a 10 on each hand. If you're a super beast, maybe you do 2 5s and a 10, or 25s in each hand if you're just a monster. Okay, but anywhere between 5 and 15 is where most people are gonna fall on this one. Chest is out. Okay. Let's set those. We'll get a rest break. Oh man, I don't know about you, but I'm getting a good lather going. Whew. Okay, now make sure, oh man, I don't know where to wipe that. Oh well. Oh, now make sure as you're doing that bent over for the fly that you're keeping your back in a healthy spot, just like we were for the row. Back stays nice and safe. If you're not sure how to do that, squat down first and then tip forward. Okay, so it should be a little stretch in the hammies and a big squeeze in the upper back. So for the flies, I'll do them facing you next time. For the bicep curls, I'll give you guys a side view for this next set. All right. So remember, on bicep curls, don't let those elbows move. Keep the elbows locked in as you go. It's going to make this exercise way more difficult. You may actually need to scale it back if you found that's too difficult. Timer has started. We're off and rolling. All right, good and good. Okay, check my posture. How are we doing, coach? Now it's very tempting also at the top to try and rest. Don't do that. Stop here and then come down. Okay, get to here, work, still working, and come back down. Okay, you want to keep that work constant in the biceps. And what you'll find is you get to failure faster. All right, one of the key principles of business, fail fast. Right, you try, experiment, and do better next time. Okay, just like with our exercise, fail fast. Don't be afraid of doing something really hard, really challenging. Okay, that is a-okay to not be at your peak for a super long time. Timer went off. Let's do that back fly. All right, man. Chest out, tipping forward. All right, it's our second round of back fly here. We're doing great. Okay, straight out to the sides, okay? If I was doing that here, it's gonna look like this. Okay, it's not this, don't do this. Okay, it's not this, don't do this. Okay, right here to the sides. I've got a slight bend at the elbow. That's gonna help me in squeezing that well. Just a slight bend. Now the weird part here is like the way that you have your arms rotated, okay? I've got my palms as I'm going almost best way to demonstrate it, probably the angle that I'm holding my plates at, okay? Look at that angle that I've got and try and copy that. Okay, I've got them kind of pointed in this type of a direction, maybe 45-ish degrees, and that's helping me work my muscles best. Go ahead and pause if you haven't yet. Take a breather into our rest break right now. Ooh, okay, 2 down on this, 2 more to go, and then stretch time. Man, these half-hour workouts are awesome. They are awesome. Oh man, anything else you guys need to know as far as upper back stuff? Posture and positionally, most of us tend to be more rounded in here. I know for myself personally, I find myself there quite a bit, just based on couches, cars, computers, all that stuff, right? Pulling me in, cell phones. So what we want to try and do more of is strengthen the muscles back here, and when those muscles are stronger, they're going to pull that joint back into a healthier spot, okay? You're just going to notice a more natural tendency to stand in good posture versus stand in bad posture. Okay, if those muscles are stronger, more capable, they will do a good job. Okay, let's do our second to last set here. Okay, we have begun. We have begun. I cheated just a bit for that last one. That's how I know it's time to stop. Okay? I did that like a little lift with my toes. When you notice that you're cheating, you're done. That's it. Toast. Gone. Nothing. Okay? Be done on that repetition. If you got a spotter, you got a helper, someone that can like lift the bar a little bit for you, sure. Go do that. Okay? Timer went off. But if you don't, then don't. Be done. Go as best you can, as hard as you can, as long as you can, and then stop. Here we go. I'm gonna add more. I'm gonna add more. I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy. There we go. There we go. Yes. Yes. Whew. Okay. Now part of this is, for me personally, also soreness in my legs. My legs got a whooping the other day, and so just doing this half squat and tip forward is tough. Tough on my legs, okay? But do your best to make sure it's the upper body that's your sticking point. Timer's gone off. We're in our rest break. Take a little breather. Absorb that air. Make yourself some fans. Oh, man. It's important to have a fan. I'll tell you what. I'm a fan of you. Ha ha! Oh, man. Look at this guy. He's so cheesy. What a dork. Oh, he's even talking to himself. Oh, boy. Okay. So, last set coming up, and then stretch time. We're going to do it, friends. We're going to do it. We're going to get sweaty. We're going to feel strong. We're going to feel awesome when it's done. Actually, you can feel awesome right now. Go ahead. Feel awesome. It's just a good feeling. Just a good feeling. I'm on board. I like what you're up to. I like it. Oh, man. Got it. We got it. We got it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What do we got? 2 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to step out a little bit. I'll show you guys the front view. Woo! I look good from the front. Tell you what. I'm a handsome fellow. Okay, it's starting to get heavy. I don't know if you noticed. It's starting to get heavy. I'm not gonna cheat. Oh, that was like everything. Yep, that was. I surrender to the bar. I surrender. The bar is the victor there. But really, these pipes are the real winner. Oh, man. All right, a couple seconds until we get started on the back fly. All right, timer beeped. We are off and rolling. I'll show you guys side view for the back flies to get that final look. Okay, chest is out, tipping forward. If you don't have plates, you can use dumbbells, you can use a gallon jug, you can use your water bottles, whatever. Tons of options. Grab something that's got some weight to it, or two somethings that have weight to it, and off you go. Oh, we got it. We got it. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. All right. I'm toast on those. Timer has gone off. Hopefully you're toast too. Let's set this bad boy. Let's do our stretches. Let's call it a ding-dong day, huh? What do you say? 30 seconds. We're going to start with this is a good one. Child's pose. Go ahead, lay down. You're going to point your toes back behind you. You're going to sink into here. Reach your arms out, and then you're going to reach off to one side. And you can try and tip underneath like you're trying to do a little peekaboo. Peekaboo! I'm looking under my right arm right now. I'm increasing that lat stretch. There's a big lat stretch down my right side. So I'm reaching towards my left. So I'm looking under my right arm for a massive, massive stretch. You can reach out a little further to increase that. Timer is beeped. Go ahead and move back to neutral. We'll move off to the right. Reach out. And then look underneath. Hi, peekaboo, I see you. Oh, man. That big lat stretch. So I'm almost pushing this part of my body that way, right? I'm pushing that out. That's getting a massive stretch. Then I can also push my chest down a little bit, like I'm aiming downwards to improve that. Okay, we're gonna move into a pretzel stretch, which is the fancy way of saying a glute stretch, my hip stretch. So we're laying down, cross over, grab here, lay back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's really nothing but it. That's right now. I'm in the pool of my own sweat. Stretch my glutes. Okay, change sides. Oh man. How you doing? Good. Good. An alternative on this one if you need to, you can have your leg on the ground and do your stretch this way. But I usually grab on. It gives me a little deeper stretch. Oh man, really got one more stretch. Really got one more stretch. We're done. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, stand up for me. We're doing a chest stretch now. I'm gonna do a double chest stretch, like a doorway stretch. If you only have one, you just do the one. If you got two though, might as well do two. Keep your feet together on this one, just go chest out. Hold this for a full minute. Sink into that stretch. Nice, nice. Oof. Okay, 30 seconds is done, so go ahead and change if you're doing one side. Oh, man. It's been wonderful working out with you today, getting a sweat on, working our upper backs, working on our rhomboids, which are in between our shoulder blades. Super big piece of good posture muscles. So we worked those like crazy, worked our traps like crazy. We also got some of our rotator cuff muscles and that back fly. I mean, we hit them all. We even got some of the show muscles. Go ahead and pause. We're done for the day, friends. You did it. I think you did wonderful. See you in the next one.